My name is Rodrigo, and in this video today, we're gonna be talking about the hottest digital transformation trends and some trends that most people were betting on them, but unfortunately, and somehow it is cold now. We saw that recently Gartner has released its emerging technologies, including generative AI, homomorphic encryption, quantum machine learning, among many other very high type of technologies. But most of the CIOs, they don't feel that they want and can discuss this type of technology right now because most of them are wrapping their heads around how to optimize their process and to move their workload to the cloud. So the list for today is a little bit less hype and more things that they will be discussed in the very short near future. And the first technology and the first trend that I would like to share is the digital twin. The digital twin is nothing more than a virtual representation of an object or a system that spans its life cycle. It is updated from real-time data and use simulation, machine learning, and reasoning to help decision making. But what exactly we can use digital twins for? If you think about as well as physical assets, it can be used to replicate process in order to collect data to predict how they will perform. In essence, the digital twin is a computer program that uses real-world data to create simulations that can predict how a product or process will perform. So we can imagine the type of applications that we can use digital twins to replicate real situations, to analyze and predict the near future. This is an amazing impact to our industry. And the next trend is about autonomous operations. This is the next level of artificial intelligence. Imagine a couple of situations where you can use robots to optimize your processes. If you're talking about a banking industry, imagine the situation where you can have robots providing simplifying process to give advice to your consumers and eventually taking decisions for them. Gartner has said that by 2024, $1.2 trillion will be under management of robots, a 30% increase comparing to 2020. This is a massive change in the industry because all the process that can be automatized will be done so by artificial intelligence algorithm. And the third one is to improve the self-services experience. And this is throughout all the industries. They've been seeing, especially during this pandemic, the need to create more digital and mobile experiences. So the person don't need to be presently there to be able to perform any action, but they can do in the comfort of their home or anywhere that they are currently. If you take again the example of a bank, we've been seeing that most of the services that we normally need to go to the branch can now be done via the internet banking or mobile applications. But this was a trend during the pandemic, but it is still a high trend for the near future because there is a lot of process among all the industry that needs to be optimized. And we know that people want to do that. Nobody wants to be presently there to be able to perform actions that everyone knows that there's a way to do that via the internet. And the fourth one actually is a subset of the autonomous operations that we've already discussed, is the autonomous drones, which industry observers say are becoming more mainstream due to their success. Just an example, the US Air Force is using autonomous drones in squads to pick up targets and take out foes along the way. This particular class of drones is able to make decisions much more rapidly than a human can. So they are outperforming the humans. And with a waiver from the FAA during the pandemic, Novant Health used drones as a distribution mechanism for round trips of up to 30 miles over heavily populated areas to move PPE to communities with shortage. So imagine how the distribution industries change just with the use of autonomous drones. This is a massive change in this industry. But I would like to bring a cold trend now, and it is blockchain. While there is still a lot of interesting work being done around blockchains, a lot of questions have arisen about how much energy it takes to make blockchain works. The complexity right now has slowed down some of the enthusiasm. We know that blockchain are very good at what they are designed to, which is to maintain distributed ledgers, especially in financial institutions, in financial transactions, of course. But we did see a lot of inappropriate hype around blockchain without fully realizing the costs associated to that. Blockchain is something that provides an excellent solution for a specific use, but unfortunately, the hype exceeded those expectations. So it's going to take time to realize and figure it out how to decrease those costs so this can be applied in the real world. I don't think that blockchain will disappear, for sure, it will not, but it's going to take more time than everyone was expected to be able to put in practice everything that they are supposed to do. As you can see, a lot of trends defined by Gartner has not necessarily been discussed among the CIOs. We saw that the pandemic proved to be a catalyst for the digital transformation. According to Gartner, before the pandemic, roughly 80% of their clients were not thinking about transformation, even if they are saying that so. It's very important to understand that the trends that from 2 years ago completely changed unexpectedly because of the pandemic. We've been seeing that the shift to cloud and of course how to optimize the process has exploded just because of the pandemic. Everyone feel the need to do so. Probably they are putting more effort towards this type of changes rather than talking about what's going to happen in the future. Blockchain, cognitive AI, some other trends that Gartner has just released. But we can take into consideration that the pandemic has created this whole new set of opportunities and this whole new set of path that the organization needs to follow prior to discuss any sort of evolution of the technology. Guys, hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did like, please hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. See you next week.